Everyone, if you guys love the movie Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, I have a comic book, pretty much the same title, but called Spider-Verse. And it's one of the best comic books that literally shows every variation of Spider-Man. And it's one of the best comic book stories I ever read. And the way they started the story is they introduce it through Superior Spider-Man. And if you guys don't know, spoilers for those who have read, Superior Spider-Man is Otto Octavius. And he personally is one of my favorite variations of Spider-Man because he proves that he is a superior Spider-Man to Peter. But that's like a whole nother video if you guys are interested. So in the beginning of the story, we see Otto pretty much with AI getting ideas of explaining, pretty much trying to build a time machine to get back to his reality. While he does that, we also get a portal to show already different variations of all the heroes: Marshall Hulk, Old Man Logan, and so forth. And with this start of through Otto's eyes, we get introduced to the first variation of Spider-Man, which is Peter Parker. He's a part of Fantastic Four, which is now called Fantastic Five because of Spider-Man. And we get another variation of Peter through House of M story and the registration war between Captain America and Iron Man. So we got the Iron Spider, and which is really cool because those stories, the registration story is really cool. I like that one a lot. But this story is just taking us through journey through every variation of Spider, while Otto's trying to figure out who's taking out these Spider-Mans and tracking down their energy signature to potentially save another life. We get the idea of going like there's going to be some type of war going on between the two. And this brings us to our first Spider-Man is Perpetua Parker. I try to pronounce the name, but the Indian version of Spider-Man. And he's one of the coolest characters because he's like really smart. And we see him getting chased by what's called an inheritor. And inheritors are the ones who hunt down spiders and eat them. And so it pretty much is them hunting every spider. And that's how the story begins. And as soon as you read it, you get the heart pumping because like in this scene right here, we see Perpetua trying to save people, but ultimately it looks like he's going to get defeated or eaten. But you get Otto come and save his life and to join his squad of other spiders. And what's so funny is that Perpetua thought he was the first one to be recruited, which he wasn't. We get Noir Spider, Assassin Spider, Spider Monkey, Six-Armed Peter, and Spider-Woman. All different variations of Spider-Man. And I love it. Spider-Noir, one of my favorites. And we get the cool cover arts like this one that shows different variations of Spider-Man. Like Fantastic Mask, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Iron Spider, 29 Scarlet Spider, stuff like that. And even though it's also cool, they show steampunk Spider-Man, like Lady Spider, and we got the steampunk of Electro. And every universe they introduced in this story arc show different variations of villains of Spider-Man, like steampunk Vulture, Otto, Green Goblin, and the Craven Hunter. Craven Hunter steampunk is in a submarine. And it's one of my favorites because it makes no sense. And I love it. And then we get introduced to the Noir Spider-Man universe, the black and white. It's really, really cool because it really gives each Spider-Man like their own dimension of home and different histories throughout the earth and stuff. So like we get the noir version of Mysterio and his assistant, and it's really cool because this Mysterio uses this type of gas to trick his audience for his performance. And after that part, we also get introduced to Cyborg Spider-Man, and Cyborg Spider-Man is really cool. I mean, he looks awesome, just like the one from the Spider-Verse movie. And then as soon he gets defeated by the Inheritor, we get the more variations of Spider-Man helping out Cyborg Spider-Man because Otto's trying to pretty much stop them and figure out how to defeat them. Well, mainly just the one, but there's more than one Inheritor, and it was really cool because it makes the story feel like this first portion makes you feel like they actually won, but in reality they didn't because they're just one cog into other scenarios because we get the web of life showing different variations of Spider-Man, and I love it because it introduces us to more variations like Dr. Arkman Spider-Man, if I remember his name correctly. This variation of Spider-Man just has super strength and agility, so he doesn't really have spider senses because he relies on the suit, and that's his own side story. But we also get introduced to Merlin, another inheritor of this spider war that's going on. And me personally, I don't think he's dead, but that's another discussion. I have a lot of thoughts about these other variations of Spider-Man, but we also get to introduce Spider-Gwen. And those who love Spider-Gwen, like I do, it was really cool to get to see her in her own action through the series. But we also get another one, a Spider-Woman, May Parker, and she was awesome, but it was more towards Peter, her dad, in that universe, because Peter knew he was not going to make it because one, he's old, he lost his leg, and this inheritor wanted to kidnap their son because he's also part of this not legend but this prophecy or so forth. But we also get a scene of more variations of Spider-Man coming to save May and her brother. But the sad part is that her parents didn't make it, mainly Peter. But there's another variation. Pretty much these stories, they give us a lot of small glimpses of every variation of spiders, of their history and their background. Like Assassin Spider getting trained by Wolverine. We get Spider-Punk hobby, which really cool, especially not into the Spider-Verse. Across the Spider-Verse, he was really cool in the movie. I love how he was motivating Miles to pretty much stand up for himself. And we also get this Spider-Man. I forgot what universe this is from, but my favorite part in the scene of the story is like how they dress each other, their outfits. And I'm surprised no one made a meaning of this outfit. It's kind of like the Spider-Man meme. But we also get another variation of the Green Goblin Spider-Man. And that was sad. That was the saddest story for Spider-Man I read. Because it was just... this Peter lost a lot, and it was just pretty sad to see him go down like a boss to save Gwen. There's a whole background to that, but we also get a wrestler Spider-Man, and his story is simple too. A lot of these spiders are not a lot of complicated stories, but it's really very simple and clean and gets you really into the pretty much quick and depth into these stories. Like Penny Parker, love her story. I wanted them to expand a lot more, especially her interaction with Spider-Ham on the train. Like a lot of these versions of Spider-Man and women should have their own stories. But one of my other favorites would be Spider-Britain, or Captain Spider, however you want to say his name. He's one of the coolest spiders I ever seen, because he's like he's not Peter at all. He's just another different variation of Captain Britain, and he's pretty much another one who started to see how the life of other spiders are being affected and travel across the multiverse to potentially save spiders to stop the incursions. That's like a whole nother side story. But that's a whole nother side story. But also we get the introduction of Uncle Ben and Silk, but Silk is not really an introduction. It's more like she was with Uncle Ben during a bunker. But another favorite part of my story would be the Scarlet Spire team, because we get Ben Riley, Kane, and Jessica Drew from another universe onto a side mission, because this mission they're on is for stopping the inheritors, and this they get on their own little side story. I love the art, and I love how the clones of Peter were just like very in sync with each other, and it was just so cool because we get a variation of Iron Man, we get a variation of Johnny Storm, like the evil versions, not the good ones. And that's really cool to see how the authors and the creators are really changing up these stories and these story arcs to really like just to have fun with it. Because right here in this scene, they get to see how the inheritors survive from our perspective, but for them, they have to go to that building to see how to stop them. And we get another cover variations. These artists did a phenomenal job on this cover art of showing 29, Spider-Gwen, Maine Parker, Spider-Noir, and Miles Morales. Like, love it. But my favorite part throughout the whole series is Solus. And when he came, I was so excited because I was like, that's the boss. Boss battle. And my favorite Spire, Cosmic Spire on Earth 13, was short-lived, but really cool. Because I would love to see the expansion of it or adaptation of this whole entire thing of this story, seeing Cosmic Spire going toe-to-toe, using the full force of the Enigma Force to stop Solus the best he can. But yeah, he doesn't, spoiler ahead. But that's pretty much it. I really recommend checking out this comic book series because it covers a lot of different variations of Spider-Man stories, but also the tie-ins too, and they're really well good. I mean, I love them a lot. So if you're itching for like another Spider-Man crossover series until the movie comes out, I recommend this, and I got 2 more others. But for now, that's it. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.